Hi Libra, welcome to your April 2022 astrological forecast. So normally this time of year is like a little bit of a low point for you because planets are in your opposite sign of Aries. Okay, each zodiac sign has a high point and a low point to their year, and the high point is of course when planets are in their own sign, and the low point is when planets are in their opposite sign, mainly because the sun, like let's say like the sun in Aries is directly across from your sun in Libra, and it creates it's an aspect called an opposition, but what it is it's a tug of war between two energies. So you feel depleted a lot of times. Sometimes you feel like no matter what you're trying to do, your efforts are like thwarted in some way or other. And, maybe you just like kick back and wait for a better time to do something. And that's exactly what you should do. Okay. Now, that was kind of like that for a while, past so many years. But right now, you don't really have anything in your sign, and Aries doesn't really have anything in their sign except for the sun, Mercury, and a new moon right now. So things really aren't as bad. Like, you can't really compare this time to previous years because, previous recent years, right? Because it's like not the same right now. Okay, so the sun actually moved into Aries last month, and it's here up until the 19th. And where you have Aries in your chart is your seventh house of close, excuse me, close relationships. So that's where these things would normally occur. Okay, like in your close friends or a business partner or a romantic partner. Okay, seventh house is also the house of open enemies and competitors, competition. Okay, so sometimes this is when they start to act up. Okay, so Mercury's only here up until the 9th. Okay, then it moves into Taurus. It's moving very fast this month because it goes from Taurus into Gemini on the 29th. It moves into Gemini, so it's just zipping right through here. The new moon here on the 1st, okay, has a few days before and after and during the new moon, okay, in effect. So, this is occurring in your house of close relationships and partnerships. So this is a new beginning here. Having Mercury here means that you've been having an awful lot of contact or discussions with a close partner, okay, or friend or something or other, okay. Negotiations even could be as far as business goes. This is the house of contracts too, along like with like the third house. The third house is more or less the signing of a contract in a way, right? So you could be making new arrangements, new agreements at this time around that new moon. Okay, so they're good things. They're new beginnings. Or as far as a romantic partnership goes, maybe there's changes you would like to make there. So this would be the time to do that. They're not, these things aren't, they're not like really bad right now. You know what I mean? Again, like I was saying about previous years. So you can do all these things without having to really worry. Venus and Mars will be moving into your sign soon, right? So, whatever you begin now is when Venus and Mars move into your sign, it's like a continuation of whatever you're doing right now as far as romance goes, even friendship though too. Okay, so Mars, okay, does move into Pisces on the 14th, and Venus moves here on the 5th. Where you have Pisces in your chart is your 6th house, and Neptune and Jupiter are already here. The 6th house is the house of work, the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your co-workers, your work schedule. It's also the house of health and the house of service. It's the house of small pets, so may even or have, since Jupiter moved here especially, gotten a new cat or dog or fish or whatever it is kind of animal that you like. Somebody came to live with you now, new pet. But as far as the workplace goes, having Jupiter here, if there were any problems going on with your work or co-workers or even the company you work for, or if you're self-employed, a client that you have, even if you're retired though, and you don't work at all, there's still something that you do in order to have an income, right? So this could even be a hobby that you like, something that you like to do. Or this being the house of service, maybe you are doing things for other people, and they're paying you for them, or they're giving you something in return, okay? And this means, like, this could be family or friends, but it just means some kind of service you provide for them, such as, I don't know, driving them to and from places, or whatever, cutting their lawn, I don't know, whatever, something like that. But the agreement or arrangement that you made with someone should be working out to your benefit. And with Venus and Mars here, as far as the workplace goes, a lot of times Venus here just means that you're having really nice like interactions with your coworkers. It's a pleasant time, fairly pleasant time in the workplace. Mars here means that you want things your way, especially if you want to change your schedule or your hours or clients, your assignments, whatever it is that you work on. You want to change something about your work, okay? Even so much as you are out to work from home, okay? And I'll just mention this very briefly right now, that Pluto does turn retrograde on the 29th. Pluto is in Capricorn in your 4th house where you have Capricorn. And this is your house of home and your personal life, your family, your past even. So when this planet turns retrograde, maybe all along, because Pluto is the power planet, trying to gain power in this area of your life. Maybe you have been working from home and you want to continue doing that. You don't want a new schedule. You don't want to go into the physical workplace anymore because you can actually do your job at home. So why not, right? Something like that. It could be work related. When Pluto turns retrograde, it usually slows down or whatever progress it was making in this area. But a lot of times when it is retrograde, you can review something, or you can ask again, or you get a second chance at, so this would be the time, to maybe speak up, and if you want to change something in regards to your work, the workplace, anything, this would be the time to do it. While Mars is here, you're not going to be kind of pushy. You're not going to take no for an answer, especially if you and someone else that you work with are after the same thing. You're not going to back down. And why should you, right? So as far as your health goes, I'd have to say it's actually pretty good here right now. Jupiter in this area does sometimes cause you to gain weight because you're in the mood to eat a little bit more and relax and, maybe put your feet up, maybe not be as active as maybe you normally are. But when Mars moves here is when you'll realize that you put on a few pounds and you'll start, doing something, at least moving around a little bit, right? To get rid of the extra weight, right? So, right before here, though, I do have to mention that Mars is in Aquarius still up until the 13th, and Venus is in Aquarius up until the 4th in your 5th house, where you have the sign of Aquarius, which is the house of romance and, creativity, all kinds of stuff going on here, but it is the house of fun. So you could have actually started doing something for fun while these planets are in Aquarius that you extend over into your 6th house. That I always say, like dancing, walking with friends or something along some kind of trail, or hiking or something, or riding a bike or something physical, dancing, even at like dancing like aerobics or moving around. So They call you lazy Libra, right? So you want to kick back and not do a whole hell of a lot, but you just might feel like it though because of Mars moving through these houses, right? So I do have to also mention there is a full moon on the 16th in your sign, in your first house, okay? It's directly across from your seventh house of Aries. And I don't see anything happening at this time that's bad. Full moons bring issues to the surface where they can be dealt with. So that's what you should do. If you have something on your mind in regards to one of your close relationships, you want to get it off your chest, this would be a good time to do it. Things are still pretty pleasant in your life right now. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like there's a bunch of upheaval like sometimes there normally is at this time of the year, right? The sun moves into Taurus on the 19th. Mercury moves here on the 10th, moving very, very fast, okay, flying through Taurus and moves into Gemini on the 29th, into your ninth house where you have Gemini, but we'll cover that next month because it's really not affecting you too much. It's only 2 days, 29th and 30th. So it's not really fully into Gemini or making an effect or impact on you just yet. But, here in the 8th house, a money house, okay, where you have the sign of Taurus, you've got the Sun, Mercury, the planet Uranus, and a new moon, partial solar eclipse on the 30th. So this is like a bang. This eclipse will give the new moon an extended period of time. Okay, and 8th house is a money house. It's other people's money and resources. Okay, having the planet Uranus here does bring a lot of unpredictability to this area where you are on the receiving end, hopefully, of an unexpected inheritance. This is passive money, this house, okay? This isn't money through earned income. This is money coming to you through means other than earning it. So this is settlements of any kind, insurance payouts, refunds, tax refunds, increasing credit from the credit card company or something from the bank, better deal with the bank, a loan or something like that. So this new moon here will bring a new beginning. Okay, this is also shared resources. This is the partner's house of resources, jointly owning something with someone, possibly like bank accounts and property. Okay, so this new moon, if you're divvying up property with someone, that is when I would have to say this goes into effect. Maybe up until this point you were trying to hash that out, Maybe you don't want to own something with someone else anymore. Maybe you want let them have it, let them buy it off of you, your share, or vice versa. You take the whole thing and you pay them, or whatever. You reach some kind of an agreement where you're not sharing anything with anyone else right now. Okay. It could also be, though, because you had all these things happening in your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships, that you have reached some kind of new agreement around that new moon of the 1st, on the 1st, okay, with a romantic partner or a business partner or even close friend. And by the end of the month, it's put in place, okay? Maybe you are going to share stuff with each other. You're going to share something with your business partner equally, okay? Or a romantic partner. Maybe they have something to offer you or vice versa, but you're going to share it. And the same thing with a friend, okay? Maybe you'll even end up going into business with a friend at this time. Could be anything. But it's a new moon, so they bring new beginnings. So just keep that in mind. If you wanted to sever ties with someone, let's put it that way, over property that that's your only link to them, and you're tired of it, let's get on with it already, right? that new moon would be like a really good time to, I mean, I'd do stuff leading up to that point and then have the new moon be the beginning of the end of that partnership, right? Of that tie. Okay. So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Libra on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Aries, and those dates are the 1st, 2nd, 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 23rd, and 24th. The best time for money is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 17th, 18th, and 30th. The best time for your career is the 7th, 8th, 9th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 19th, and 20th. So a special shout out to my subscribers. Thank you so much for your continued support. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please be sure to subscribe and like and share, and check out the links below in the description box, and check out my weekly forecasts. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Goodbye.